Yo, Bob
Hi,
Marley.
Murs.
Hi, my name is Fashawn. Some people call me Santiago.
Or Whiskey Pants.
Or Whiskey Pants.
Okay, so what about this generation led you to create this project?
I don't know. I think the fact that it's just time. Like, there's nothing more powerful than an idea whose time has come. I don't know who said that. Not me, but I think it's just time for. It seems like the time for a lot of MCs on the West Coast to like come together. And kind of like, so this generation of West Coast MCs is just, I think, different. And I think this album showcases anything from like, we have songs like 6'4" Impala, which are like G-Funk roots, but then we have songs like Slash Gordon, which are more traditional hip hop, and it just shows the range and the development and the diversity of the West Coast. And just of this generation of hip hop, you know what I mean? I think that you have A$AP Rocky, who's from Harlem, but people think he has a Southern style, but it's still New York. And then he has Schoolboy Q, who's West Coast. Like, this generation, it's just a whole new thing where it's just dope rap. Like, you can't tell what coast Van Halen's from, you just know that they're rock. And I think hip hop has finally matured to that point where everybody's just making dope music that people like.
Finally. But yeah, man, I feel like this generation is a lot more different from any generation. It's like, yo, this is the only generation that's really encompassing like everything that happened before us and everything that I think that's gonna happen after us. You know what I'm saying? Like this generation right now. Brothers like myself, brothers like Kendrick Lamar, brothers like Murs, like the new West Coast, the niggas who are not just riding in 6'4" Impalas and wearing khakis and chucks, like
that too.
That too, because you see khakis and chucks. It's not all about that. The songs aren't all about that. The music isn't all about that. The movement isn't all about that. It's about really just, liberating yourself, man, and really getting free from any, confinement. Whether it's, you're a black person trying to, escape the, whatever it is, the mediocre, like, whatever's the statistics, the stereotype. We're just trying to break out of that box. It's like, this generation is the alternative generations compared to any other generation. I feel like this is this time needs to be documented. I feel like there's no two better artists than me and Murs to really emphasize that and put the magnifying glass on this generation and expand on the concept and just create the dialogue for that.
Where did the idea come from to use Beatnik and K-Slam as
The idea of me and them doing an album came from Beatnik and K-Slam.
Oh wow.
So, I've been wanting to work with them for a while, and then I had a solo record drop Dame Dash, so I couldn't do it at the time. And their beats were so dope, I was like, well, he's like, what about a collab album? I was like, cool. He started recommending people, and Fashion's Gang came up, and I was like, that might work.
Yeah.
And then the next day, his manager called me on a whole nother tip, asking just some advice, not advice, but information on a deal they were doing. And I was like, you know what? K-Slam sent me up. Thinks we should do an album. You got time? Fashion, you know who I am?
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah. I asked him if Fashion was with it. I sent him the beats. He's like, oh yeah, I'm with it. He just started sending me songs, and it was on.
Happy to be a part of the project, you know what I'm saying? Because this almost was a Murs solo album. You know what I'm saying? It almost was another, Murs solo album, which is awesome. But I'm just glad that Murs felt he had to do, like, he wanted to do something different. Like, he genuinely wanted to do something different with another artist, He had a list. I'm sure any artist in the game would want to work with Murs, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's that iconic and that, he represents the caliber of an MC that's like, yo, that's just phenomenal, man. Like, not too many brothers can do what he does, so I was honored by the fact that he even wanted to do the album. I happily accepted the offer, and as soon as that happened, like, Beatnik and K-Slam hit the title track for this generation, and that was one of the first songs like I started writing to, and that the rest is history.
I hope they dig it, man. I'm interested to see, because I have a lot of stereotypical, I would say, like a lot of backpack fans. No, I'm a backpacker, but I'm a backpacker, and to me a backpacker are the people who like listen to everything. Like, I know everything about Atmosphere and Sage Francis, but I also know everything about DJ Quick and MCA.
consider it backpack, but it's more than that. If you listen, a lot of people can hear it, but if you listen, you understand the difference between the two through this generation and through what we're bringing to the table.
Okay. Also, I wanted to ask, what's up with the ecology?
The ecology has been put on hold. We put it on hold.
I'm excited to hear that.
I started working on CNS, the Champagne and Styrofoam cups,
Okay.
and like in the middle of that whole process, the album
interrupting.
Here comes Murs fucking interrupting.
Right, this whole version.
But no, that genuinely, that took my focus away from the ecology. So I talked to X about it, and we just took a pause from it for a while. And X was working on the Dag Savage album, his next stuff, and we was working on a lot of stuff. So we just needed the time to just do what we felt we wanted to do.
Yeah, also step
But Murs album finished, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And,
I got a record with Nice Wonder. It's done. It's called Final Adventure. We did our last album, but I always like to collaborate. I used to do a felt album before we go into that, so not Murs and Wonder or after. I just like to find with other MCs before I get back into my project, because working with them, it refined my style and got me different cadences and kind of like sharpened my sword working with someone that's accomplished and talented and master at the craft. And so then I went to North Carolina, recorded the last record with Mike, and I felt in shape. You know what I mean? Fashion kind of beat me up, guitars, sparred with me now. And I think it's good for artistic growth.
Yeah, and also paint this picture during this project.
I think I've been saying this in interviews, but I might try to take the independent label off of it. And just because I think there's artists like this dude Tito Lopez, I think his name is, Tito Lopez, I think his name, from Mississippi, and Big Crit.
Big Crit.
Even Lupe, like, he's saying stuff that identifies more with underground rap than mainstream rap. Like, and he's not on Rock the Bells, and Crit wasn't on Rock the Bells this year, and a lot of the atmosphere was on Rock the Bells this year. So really, you and Chang are kind of dipping into my pot. So I think to provide a great show, I'm gonna have to break outside of my boundaries, not outside of the spirit of Hey Dudes. But like I seen Crit out there, he works like us. He has his merch. He's really good with his fans. His live show is great, and the only thing separating him from being on Hey Dudes is being on a label. And being that there's a Hey Dudes stage at Rock the Bells, it's hard for me to continue to give the fans the best. In independent hip hop, when they're getting the best of independent hip hop in the summer, and in the spring I can't say, well, pay your money to see the exact same artist you just saw. So I'm gonna have to break that boundary. I'm also thinking of getting some live music, like a couple bands. Like The Weeknd, I think as far as I'm still independent. So maybe doing that, it's not necessarily hip hop, but it has a hip hop feel. So expect something different from Hey Dudes. I gotta give the people something different, but the same energy. I'm not trying to sell more tickets. I'm just trying to be more creative. It's never
and
about.
it's always good to go live.
Yeah, like this year we went far out, and I think we had our biggest year yet. But I think we still had enough going on where, in the hip hop is, some were mad at some of the people in the bill, but there was so much that they wanted to see that they couldn't leave to that. I have 3 stages because you're not supposed. I don't want you to want to see everybody that's on every stage because that'll fuck up your day. So I'm trying to just entertain everybody. And I like ICP. And I was with ICP on. You can hate them, but ICP's on, there's 2 other acts that you may love. And that's how. And I want to get people mixing from all walks of life. Because the bigger picture for me is about creating. This might be the last. We might go to Europe together.
I mean, this is, no pun intended, but this has just begun. This is like me and Murs, like, this shit like just begun. This is I'm just gonna say this is our first tour together. Of course, there's many more because the album hasn't even released yet. Y'all haven't even heard 97% of 98% if you ask me, of the album. So I think once that comes out, I think that's just gonna provoke more stuff, more tours, more everything. This is just the beginning of the Murs and Fashawn tandem. You know what I'm saying? It's like we ain't even dropped the first video yet. That's coming out this Tuesday. I can't wait for y'all to see.